This is a great show, guys. Your feature act is a local favorite. I love him. It's Chris Siemer.
Hey, everybody, one more time for Nick, huh? Chicky Nicky. Nick's so sweet, man. This is fun. You guys are great, huh? He said that about 800 times. We were laughing our heads off in the back. Oh, man, it's good to be here, guys. I'm getting a little older, man, and getting older. I'm growing older. We're all getting older, but growing older is a state of mind. I know I'm growing older because I ordered coleslaw on purpose the other day, guys. Oh, you're familiar? Yeah, coleslaw, the side choice of your grandma. What else does grandma like with dinner? Maybe a little mound of cottage cheese with a pineapple ring? Fuck, I love that shit too. Set me up with some cracked pepper on there. Oh, we having a meal. But I know that about myself. I know I'm getting older. Got to change some things, right? I looked myself in the mirror the other day. I said, Chris, you got to pump the brakes, dude. You're doing too much. Got to pump the brakes, baby. No more face drugs, dude. Nothing else up the sinuses. Only booze and buds from now on. Get back to the basics. Then someone gave me an edible that was way too goddamn strong for a man my size. And out loud I explained, well, now I have to order cocaine. Who's with me? All right, one person in the back. Everybody's drinking, I assume, right? Yeah. All right, good. I think we can all cheers, by the way. Yeah. I think we can all agree, whether you drink or not, I think we can all agree that everyone that drinks has at least one thing they don't drink as a rule. Most common one I hear is probably tequila. Like none for me. I ruined some relationships back in college, things anyway. There are some things no one can drink, though. You understand what I'm saying there? Some things will take the most mild-mannered, even-keeled taxpayer, turn him into a 6-foot pile of shit. I'm talking about Four Loko. You guys familiar? Oh, woo, yeah, okay. That person's lost friends along the way, right. Four Loko is an alcoholic energy drink, if you're not familiar. It's served in a tall boy can. You can buy it at the gas station. It fits right in your cup holder. What the fuck are they trying to do there? If you know it righteously, that is not a single-serving drink. You need to be able to cap that bad boy off. Because alcoholic energy drink doesn't do it justice at all, does it? It's like a tall vodka Red Bull with an 8-ball of cocaine swimming around in the mix there. Jesus Christ, you can't be trusted with that. Now, my mom's boyfriend likes that fruity stuff, and my mom's boyfriend bought one. My mom's boyfriend's a great guy. Great citizen, great partner to my mother. I mean, he broke up my family, you understand. But other than that, he's a real blue ribbon son of a bitch, this guy. He bought him one. My sister found it in the fridge, said, well, whose Four Loko is this? He said, oh, that's mine. I bought that, figured I'd give it a try and see what it's all about. I said, then what, dude? Black out and beat my mom to death with your bare hands? Get that out of the house, hillbilly. Jesus Christ. Can't be trusted with that in your system. It's whiskey for me. I can't have whiskey. I just can't do it. And I found out the hard way. If you give me just a little bit of whiskey in the night, well, I'm going to pee somewhere I'm not supposed to. All right? That's a promise sealed with a kiss, right? A promise sealed with a piss, right there, friends. You know? So I found out the hard way. I was in college. I was up at the Ohio State University. Take it easy. I didn't attend OSU. Okay. I went to a smaller school called ITT Tech. Maybe you guys heard of it? It doesn't exist anymore. It was a haunted house back in October, I'm pretty sure. I was visiting a smarter, wealthier friend up at OSU. We'd been out drinking all night long. We were drinking wild turkey. Yeah. And at 2 in the morning, you already know, player. At 2 in the morning, I got separated from the group, and I started gobbling, okay? And I'm walking down High Street by myself, and I invented what I like to call the walk-a-whiz. It's exactly like it sounds, sweetheart. Fellas, you can go out in the street in downtown Cincinnati tonight, have yourself a pee, not get arrested. Here's the trick. You got to keep moving, dog. Keep moving right along. The minute you stop up against the walls, well, you're going to have some questions to be like, what are you doing over there? I'm texting someone. You're not texting. If you're texting, your phone's leaking. Go and get that back to Sprint real quick. Oh, man, you got to walk it out. Got to pull it out, push it aside, and let it spray. Now, you do have to have a sizable piece for that to work in your favor. So I ruined a pair of jeans that night is what I'm telling you fine folks, right? A fresh pair of Levi's gone. Now I'm wearing a piss saddle. I was out not too long ago. Someone gave me a shot of green tea. Well, there ain't a splash of tea in that shot, is there? Hell no. There's a hell of a lot of Jameson, though, by God. And I found out at that moment I'm not prepared to turn down anything that you're willing to buy for me. So I drank that shot. And I peed the bed that night. But I did it from across the room. You understand? Like, it took some effort. It took some genuine effort on my behalf. It was my roommate's bed. He was asleep at the time, so as you can imagine, there were some grievances. And he sleeps on an air mattress, so at that point, it became a life raft, just sort of splish-splashing around there. Oh, boy, there was a lot of pee. It's like I did it twice. He moved out. Not because of that, though. No, he moved out. Things got a little tense one day. Like, he caught me with a handful of myself. I was jerking off, is what I was doing. And he caught me, and things got tense. He couldn't talk to me anymore. And I get it. That's my fault. You know, I should never have been standing over top of him. I was taking a nap. That's on me. That's on me. Well, I guess it's on him, but I think you guys get the point, right? Just wakey, wakey. Simba. Yeah. A Disney reference. Deep. I live in a little part of town called Mount Lookout Square. Now, that's an area of town where there's like 5 or 6 bars within walking distance of my house. But if you look at me from the side, well, you know I ain't walked to a goddamn one of them, have I? Nah, player, I live on the hill. I put my car in neutral and I coast on down to the bar. At 2 in the morning, I drive home at top speed in reverse. Listen, I pay for that backup camera. I'll use it however I see fit, goddammit. You know what I mean? I'm a child of the 90s. I grew up on the original Game Boy, the small screen. I'm ready for this. I went to the bar the other day, my bar, where all my friends hang out, and my buddy was there, but he'd been there for about 5 hours. Okay, I was just walking in. He's in the fast lane. I can't hang out with this cat. He's too drunk. He's so drunk, he's doing what I like to call party rocking. I know you've seen someone do this, or you may be doing it yourself later on, okay? Party rocking, where they're just trying to have a conversation with you, but he's just rocking back and forth on an axis. One eye is having a conversation with me. One eye is playing Keno in the back of the bar. He's just so incredibly drunk, but he has just enough cocaine in his system to keep him upright and party rocking, huh? And that's how you know you had a great night, Go Bananas. You wake up God knows where. You have to get a cab ride home in the morning. You go to pay that cab driver. What do you pull out of your pocket? Oh, a rolled up $20 bill. Shit. That's embarrassing. You have to unroll it like the scroll of Labyrinth, rub your gums with it, apologize as you pay the man. All right, not a lot of coke heads here today. I get it, man. Cocaine jokes don't work, and there's a reason for it. People that don't do cocaine don't get the punchline. But more important, Go Bananas, people that do cocaine are like, why don't you shut the fuck up there, huh? This is Fight Club. Rule number 1, we do not speak of Fight Club. You're giving away my tails, baby. I don't do coke, though, so I've been getting fat lately. And I found this out about myself. just lately, Blair. I found this out about myself. I found out if I step on the scale to weigh myself, if I step on that scale and I have to look around my bulbous gut to see the display, well, just step off, Playboy. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to see those numbers. Those numbers don't mean shit to you, not today. If you get on the scale and look down, all you see is the top of your gut, nah, you got work to do. You got work to do. That's all you need to know. You know, start small, have a salad. Start real small, have a glass of water instead of 6 Mountain Dews before noon, you damn savage. That's just me. That's just me. So there's certain things I can't wear, right? I don't feel comfortable in it. You don't want to see it. Tank tops, not for me. Nope, can't do it. I got one bro tank I wear out to like the pool in the summer. It says, sun's out, guns out. Look at me, okay? Clearly that's a fucking goof, all right? In my case, that shirt should say, sun's out, side boob showing. Because I got all this sweet titty meat trying to find the sun like a growing houseplant. It's like, hey, dog, you growing wings? Nah, player, them's titties. And just fly away. You know, sometimes the people that know you best in this world, your family, your friends, sometimes they say the weirdest shit to you. It's like they don't know you at all. Now, this happened to me at Christmas time. Someone said, hey, Chris, I'm watching Game of Thrones. I think you would love Game of Thrones, Chris. I think that Game of Thrones is right up your alley, Chris. There's a lot of incest in that Game of Thrones, Chris. What do you think I'm into, huh? Also, you're my sister. This is very weird for me right now. Are you propositioning me? I'm not into it. I got you a gift card. Merry Christmas. Seems to me you're trying to re-give something to me the entire town's had at this point, lady. Oh, y'all know my sister, I see. All right, good. I got maced last year. Yeah, it's important to tell you that it wasn't the cops that maced me, because that makes sense to me. Like, I had a little too much fun, the cops had to take me out. That's a likely story. That's not how that shit went down. I was on a first date, and she maced me at the end of the night. Now, it wasn't supposed to be the end of the night, but that is a punctuation point on any date when you get gassed out in the front seat of your own damn car. Or downtown Cincinnati. I didn't know she had, we had 2 beers, no big deal. I didn't know she had 2 bottles of wine before I picked her up. I would soon find out. So we get back to the car in the parking garage. I start it up, and she sits down. She says, I work downtown now. So my dad bought me this mace from a keychain. Now, I don't know if it works, though. Shit. Filled the car with mace. Turned my Mazda hatchback into a Mazda gas chamber. That's not even a German import, lady. What the hell's going on here? There's my history buff. There you are. Welcome to the show. I did that joke in Indianapolis, and someone goes, too soon. I was like, man, I think maybe too late. Half the room didn't get it. Maybe how soon we forget. You guys might remember a couple of years ago, Cincinnati spent a little time in the national news, in the national spotlight. It doesn't happen often for us. Do you guys remember why? Little incident down at the zoo? Yes. Oh, how soon we forget. We lost a good one that day, man. But we gained a fantastic new gorilla exhibit, guys. You can get in there nice and close with the whole family, get a picture, and they don't even drag you through the water. It's a fun day. Grab some Dippin' Dots on your way out. Because here's the thing, man, that around the same time, there was another news story that did get national attention, but it was completely overshadowed by the zoo incident. But this story hit me closer to home. Maybe you guys saw this one as well. Someone pooped on the U-Scan at my Kroger, ladies and gentlemen. The one that I shop at, okay? Hyde Park, not Norwood. That's worth mentioning. Let's paint you folks a picture here. This gentleman comes into Kroger this savage comes into Kroger at 3 in the morning. Drunk, obviously. This isn't a sober decision one makes. He strips nude. Hoists himself up on that scale, which, first of all, that's a lot of core strength. We're dealing with an athlete here, right? Whatever's in there is coming out fast and clean. Gets himself up on top of that scale, and then dimes out a nice steamy coiler. Wow. Power move, huh? The balls on this guy. Literally, you can see the imprint of his balls in the mess on the scale. It's like he laid an egg and sat in it, you know? What's next after a move like that? What's next? Aside from please place the last scanned item in the bagging area, what's next? I like to think he looked back at that cashier and said, I'm very sorry. Do you have a produce code for this? There's no sticker on it, as you can imagine. I know where I was. I know what I was doing. Folks, I know what I was wearing the night I read that story. Because when I saw the dude's picture and realized it was my neighbor. Oh, thank you. Thank you, God. Are you kidding me? That's great. I drank a lot of beer with this dude. I always thought he was a strange cat. I assumed he was housebroken. That's my mistake. The same year is the year that Sports Illustrated made some history. They put on the cover of their swimsuit edition what they called a plus-sized model. Did everyone see that? Ashley Graham's her name, so we've seen her, right? So we can all agree that that woman is not a plus-size woman, right? That's just a woman right there, guys. That's just a lady. Just another woman out of my damn league. Are you kidding me? That's a princess. I saw the cover of that magazine and said, shit, if that's a plus-size lady, old Chris been banging multiplication-size ladies for years now. Decades, dude. You should have caught me last year. We hit exponents. That girl was 4 by 4 by 4. But she was for the back door. What are you going to do, right? Balls deep. That's what I say. Book of Chris. Book of Chris. What a fantastic read. All the pages will be stuck together. Used to be a married fella. Believe it or not. Thank you so much for your support. No, it's more believable that I'm not married anymore. I get that for sure. When I was married, there was always a hair issue in the shower. Always a hair issue in the shower. There was always a clump of hair in the shower drain every day. It looked like a dead rodent. So I stopped jerking off in the shower for fear this thing might, Might come back to life like some weird Pet Cemetery situation. Come home from work, I got this gooey rat king scurrying around the house, just leaving snail trails on all my shit. Now the dog's chewing this jizz biscuit? That's a bad Tuesday, my friends. I'm here to tell you. But I get the struggle now. Until a month and a half, 2 months ago, I had long hair down past my shoulders, big old full beard. I look like a goddamn Viking. I'm here to tell you. So I get it now. This happened to me all the time in the shower. I'm sure this has happened to every woman in the room. You're in the shower. Rub-a-dub, rub-a-dub. You reach around to clean your tailpipe. What do you find there? Big old long hair, right? Oh, nice. Is it growing there or just passing through? I don't know, but it feels real good when you pull it out, doesn't it? Yeah, it goes right across that little balloon knot of yours, and you just makes your spine tingle, and you just slap that fucker against the shower wall. And fellas, that is why every woman's shower has a wall of hair. There's a shotgun blast of hair. It feels neat. This happened to me when we were married. She'd do our laundry together, obviously, and sometimes her long hair would end up in my underwear. And I wouldn't find that out until the next day at work when I was, having that nice 20-minute sit-down break on the John playing Candy Crush. Listen, if you're not getting paid to poop at work, you're doing everything wrong. We got to restart the entire thing here. I don't even know what you said, but I know it was with me. Yes! Yes! So I'm sitting there, on the John, and I look down, and I see I got a little whisker hanging out from the fireman's helmet. Where'd that come from? That doesn't grow there. So I give him a little tug there, right around my dick collar about 8 or 9 times. What's the dick collar, Chris? Well, I think you know. It's where he'd be wearing a little bow tie. He was invited to a fancy soiree. Or go bananas on a Thursday goddamn night. You know what I mean? But fellas, if you find that hair there, easy does it. It's going to feel real nice, but nice and slow. Easy does it, okay? Don't go giving that thing an Olympic tug like you're trying to start an old lawnmower, It's going to turn that hair into a noose, make your mushroom go purple. Not good. You're out for the night. You got to, baby. You got to. You got to. Yeah, like I said, I looked like a damn Viking. This lady at work came up to me one day, and she was like, "Hey, Chris, I read on the internet the other day that guys with big beards have feces in their beard." I didn't skip a beat. I said, "You're goddamn right, Deborah. Look at me. I'm a Viking. I eat pussy like a champion, sweetheart. Now where do you suppose this beard's going to lay? Line it right up and down." That's exactly right. Right over your dirt button. It's not my shit in my beard, Deborah. What's wrong with you? What do you think? What do you think I'm doing? Just smearing my own poop on my beard, sticking leaves to myself, making my own ghillie suit, preparing for war? Oh, they'll smell me, but they'll never see me. Fuck off, Deborah. I'm a pioneer. I've been saying that since the dawn of time. I've been eating ass longer than rappers been eating pussy. You can take that to the bank, okay? But I am eating pussy from behind now, and I think that's the way to do it, fellas, okay? That's the only way. It's a young man's game, all right? So you gotta your neck can't quite get the way it needs. So I recommend lay yourself a pillow next to the bed, kneel down, have her UPS back it up onto you, okay? That's really the beep, beep, and then just sit there and wait. There is no better way to get to know somebody. You know what I mean? There ain't. You're going eye to eye with that filthy asterisk there. You're looking into this woman's soul through Mr. Peanut's dirty little monocle. I call it the Van Morrison, because she's my brown-eyed girl. You know what I mean? We're deep with references tonight, guys. You guys have been fantastic. I'm going to do... And boy, are you good sports here. We'll do one more before we get this show rolling for you. Last year I went through a breakup, and the breakup caused me to be quite depressed. At one point, depression will make you believe things that aren't true about yourself. You ain't shit. And at one point, I remember I was in front of the mirror, and I had the beard trimmers out. I said, you know what? I need to change. I'm going to shave my beard off. I'm going to shock the world. I'm going to shave my head and my beard. What are those eyebrows even doing on my face? Let's get rid of those. How do you get over someone? How do you get over people? I just lean into that depression and make myself unfuckable to the world as a whole. But I'm a man of technology, so what does that mean? Well, I'm back on the porn. Well, to be fair, I'd never truly left it, but I'm hitting it hard these days, you know what I mean? Just, you don't want me parked next to me on my lunch break at work. I'm busy over here, all right? Mind your business, Deborah. I told you, she sucks. But I watch porn like a professional. Like an IT professional. You understand what I'm saying there? Like I harness the technology and use it for myself. One internet window with multiple tabs of varying styles, and it's a pornocopia is what it is. So I can just control tab with this hand while this hand polishes the scepter. You understand the mechanics of the whole thing. First tab is always the same thing. It's always fake plastic porn people. I don't know what it looks like. Second tab, I put fat people in there, the ones that look like me. Third tab is everybody. You know what I mean? It's a big old orgy scene. By the way, fellas, if you're invited to an orgy, it's like a potluck dinner. You got to bring some to get some. You know what I mean? You can't just show up with Tupperware hoping for leftovers. Next tab I put in there is Facebook. It's a palate cleanser. You understand what I'm saying there? You got to have a palate cleanser, like having a bite of ginger in between bites of sushi or sniffing some coffee beans when you're testing out colognes. The last tab traditionally has always been the same thing until very recently. It was always the money shot video. Ooh. If you don't know what that is, it's about a 4-minute video of beautiful girls taking bucket loads on the face. Now, it has its time and its place in every young man's life. I'm done with it. Fellas, you should be done with it too. And here's the reason. Those videos are humiliating, and those videos are degrading. And I know that righteously now because I jizzed in my face last year, okay? First of all, there was a lady there, okay? I wasn't playing ring toss with myself at the house. Just like tossing popcorn up in the air, just No, there was a gal with me, and we were having a great time. She was hucklebucking me. And hucklebucking, as I understand it, is just a modified version of cowgirl where she had me pinned down at the shoulders. All I could do was take it, and take it I did, friends. But I see the finish line coming up. I said, baby, I'm about to blow. I'm about to blow. She didn't say anything sexy back like men love to hear, right? Put it here, there, anywhere, daddy. Instead, I felt her latch on with her thighs. I was like, what are you thinking? What's wrong with your decision-making skills where you think I'm the dude just be leaving it in all nonchalant here? You're a dipshit. And no dum-dum like you is going to raise a child of mine. So I launched her from my body. One hand with my non-dominant arm, because I'm damn boss, ladies and gentlemen. And I grabbed my pecker by the base, and I plucked him out of there, and then I dropped her. She was a hoss. I told you how to type. When I dropped her, my aim went askew, and I fired a jizz ribbon up my nostril. I said, I'm hit. Then I got another one in the beard, and a third rope with this giant gap in my teeth, like a field goal through the uprights. Just that salty taste of success. Let's look at this from her perspective if we can. 1 second, she's on this pretty dick having the time of her life, I'm sure. The next second, she's airborne. Where'd the dick go? The next second, she looks down. This has happened. This is all done. I got this stuff hanging out of my beard. I look like Jizzly Adams. She laughed. A lot. She peed on me a little bit. Not a lot. But we couldn't deny that it happened. Had to change my sheets that night. Had to change my lifestyle that night, goddammit. You know, there's a lot of ladies here tonight, and sometimes that's a lot to hear for you, and I am sorry, okay? And you might be offended by the language I used there, and I am sorry if you are, because I didn't mean to offend anybody, but I think if you're a woman in the audience listening to that joke, and that language offends you, you're still thrilled that that happened to me, aren't you? Serves you right. I like to look at the fellas when I tell that joke, all right? I like to look at the dudes, because if I see a fella out there having a good time, chuckle, I know what's happened to him. You know what I mean? But if I see a fella out there with his arms crossed, pissed off at the world, not having a good time at all, I know what happened this week and he ain't made peace with it yet. You know what I mean? You guys have been fantastic, Go Bananas. Thank you guys so much. I'm Chris Siemer. Have a great night.
Chris Siemer, everybody.